In the world of 64 squares, where genius is measured in foresight and quiet intensity, Daniel Naroditsky was more than a player. He was a voice, a teacher, a storyteller. By the time of his sudden passing on now, the young American Grandmaster had become one of the most beloved figures in modern chess, a bridge between the classical and digital ages. His estimated net worth was estimated at around $1 million, as at the time of his passing, was modest by celebrity standards, but immense in the context of professional chess. Every dollar told a story. Prize money from grueling tournaments, royalties from his early books, mastering positional chess and mastering complex endgames, YouTube and Twitch revenue from his enormous online following, and coaching income from his post at the Charlotte Chess Center, where he inspired a generation of players. More than money, however, Daniel's true wealth lay in minds transformed. Tens of thousands who learned to see beauty in a simple bishop move, who understood patience through his calm, rhythmic voice explaining endgames late into the night. By 2025, he was not merely a grandmaster. He was an ambassador of thought, the face of intellectual compassion in a sometimes cold, competitive sport. Early life. Born on November 9, 1995, in San Mateo, California, Daniel Naroditsky came from a family that quietly embodied the immigrant dream. His father, Vladimir, an engineer from Ukraine, loved logic and numbers. His mother, Lena, a pianist from Azerbaijan, filled their home with music and rhythm. Together, they raised two sons, Alan and Daniel, in an environment that prized curiosity over conformity. It was Alan, older by a few years, who introduced young Daniel to the game that would define his life. As family legend goes, Daniel first stumbled upon the board at age 6. The pieces fascinated him, the silent drama of their shapes, the way they hinted at rules and secrets waiting to be discovered. His father taught him the basics, but soon the boy surpassed his teachers. By age 8, Daniel was not just playing, he was studying, absorbing Grandmaster games, and solving tactical puzzles for hours. At 10, he was already winning local scholastic championships. In April 2007, he made history by winning the Northern California K-12 championship, the youngest ever to do so. His parents, ever practical, encouraged balance. Chess is beautiful, his mother would tell him, but beauty should not consume you. They insisted he attend school, socialize, and keep his curiosity broad. He enrolled at Crystal Springs Upland School, an elite prep school in Hillsborough. Teachers there recalled him as shy, but intensely articulate, the kind of student who could discuss Tolstoy in the morning and dismantle a chess opponent by lunch. After a gap year devoted to international tournaments, he entered Stanford University, majoring in history, a choice that surprised some but made perfect sense to those who knew him. Chess, he once said, is a conversation with time. So is history. Personal life. Daniel Naroditsky's personal life was cloaked in deliberate privacy. The public knew him as Danya, the soft-spoken streamer with an easy smile and a philosopher's heart, but off camera, he was private, introspective, and humble. There is no verified record of a spouse, husband, or children. Despite endless speculation in the online chess community, he never publicly confirmed any romantic relationship. His friends described him as married to the game. His Jewish heritage, drawn from his Ukrainian and Azerbaijani roots, informed his outlook, but not his identity in a religious sense. He was not publicly observant, yet his worldview, his belief in teaching, dialogue, and humility, echoed Jewish intellectual tradition. Away from chess, Daniel was a man of many layers. He loved classical music, especially Rachmaninoff. He painted occasionally, enjoyed long walks, and was known for his dry, self-deprecating humor. He once told an interviewer that his perfect day involved a coffee, a good book, a bad blitz session, and a long night of writing. And right he did. His books, Mastering Positional Chess, 2010, and Mastering Complex Endgames, 2012, remain two of the most highly regarded modern chess manuals. He also penned columns for Chess Life magazine and a popular instructional series for the New York Times. For him, chess wasn't only competition, it was literature with rules. Each move, he believed, told a story of conflict, compromise, redemption. Professional career. Daniel Naroditsky's career arc was meteoric yet graceful, a blend of prodigy, scholar, and entertainer. He first burst onto the international stage at age 11, winning the World Youth Chess Championship under 12 in 2007. It was not a fluke. His combination of calm calculation and fearless creativity marked him as a future star. By 2013, at just 17, he earned the title of Grandmaster, the highest honor in chess. At that time, he was among the youngest in U.S. history to achieve it. But Daniel's greatness lay not only in ratings and results. His style was deeply aesthetic, less about crushing opponents than about finding truth in positions. He loved the quiet endgames, where patience was rewarded and understanding triumphed over brute force. His peak classical FIDE rating of 2,647, May 2017, placed him among the world's elite, and his blitz ranking, frequently in the world top 25, made him a terror online. Still, what separated Daniel from most grandmasters was how he translated his brilliance. In 2020, as chess exploded on streaming platforms during the pandemic, Naroditsky became one of its most important voices. His Twitch streams and YouTube videos reached hundreds of thousands of viewers. He taught through empathy, not ego. Viewers called his approach meditative, his commentary, like a jazz musician explaining the notes. His Speedrun series, where he climbed the online chess rating ladder while explaining every move, became legendary, a masterclass for beginners and masters alike. In 2021, he stunned fans at the U.S. Championship by defeating Fabiano Caruana, then world number 2, a victory that cemented his reputation as both teacher and titan. He also served as Grandmaster in residence at the Charlotte Chess Center, mentoring young players and organizing community tournaments. Under his guidance, Charlotte became one of America's most vibrant chess hubs. By 2024, Naroditsky had redefined what it meant to be a professional chess player. He was not a recluse of the board, but a communicator of its mysteries. A man who made intelligence feel accessible, even joyful. House tour and car collection. Unlike many modern influencers, Daniel Naroditsky lived modestly. He settled in Charlotte, North Carolina, where he purchased a small townhouse near the chess center. Friends described it as warm and minimalist, filled with books, a chessboard permanently set in the living room, and walls adorned with sketches, music posters, and travel photos. He often streamed from a simple desk with a single monitor, soft lighting, and his trademark calm background music. His fans knew the setting well, a space that felt less like a studio and more like a quiet study. As for cars, there is no evidence he owned a collection or indulged in luxury vehicles. Locals recall seeing him drive an older Mazda sedan, more practical than prestigious. He cared about fuel efficiency more than horsepower, joked one student. He spent money sparingly, donating occasionally to chess education causes and supporting students in need. His wealth was not displayed. It was shared in lessons, patience, and kindness. College career. At Stanford University, Daniel's dual life, academic and chess, found harmony. He majored in history, focusing on intellectual movements and political thought. Friends and professors remember him as brilliant but unassuming. He wrote papers that read like narratives, full of empathy for historical figures and curiosity about human motives. He thought like a historian and calculated like a chess engine, one classmate said. During his time at Stanford, he continued to play tournaments and represent the United States in international events, but he also deepened his thinking about chess as an art form. He once told the Stanford Daily, "Chess teaches you about history, because both are about decisions that cannot be undone." Graduating in 2019, he turned his focus to full-time teaching and content creation, merging intellect and creativity in a way few grandmasters had done before. Cause of death. The news broke on October 19, 2025, like a thunderclap. The Charlotte Chess Center, where Daniel taught and streamed, announced his sudden passing at just 29 years old. The statement was brief and somber, requesting privacy for his family. Fans across the world, from school children to grandmasters, flooded social media with tributes. Chess.com, Twitch, and YouTube lit up with memorial streams. As of late October 2025, The exact cause of death remains unconfirmed. Authorities in North Carolina have not released a formal report. Several media outlets, including People and the Washington Post, described it as unexpected and under investigation. Rumors circulated, as they often do in tragedy, whispers of exhaustion, depression, or substance involvement, but none were verified. Those closest to him urged compassion and discretion. What is clear is the emotional void his death left behind. The global chess community, from world champions to casual fans, mourned a man who made them feel seen, who made chess feel human. Grandmaster Hikaru Nakamura called him the soul of modern chess. Magnus Carlsen wrote, simply, "We lost one of the good ones." Daniel Naroditsky's story defies the usual script of sports prodigies. He was not chasing titles or wealth. He was chasing meaning. His teaching style, calm, patient, articulate, reflected an understanding that genius is nothing without generosity. He showed that intellect could be kind, that competition could coexist with curiosity, that chess, in all its silence and symmetry, could still touch hearts in the digital era. Today, his videos continue to teach, his books remain in print, and his ideas ripple through every student who learned to think more clearly because of him. In one of his last recorded lessons, he told viewers, "When you play chess, you're not fighting your opponent. You're fighting your own impatience." Perhaps that is the truest lesson he left us with, not how to win, but how to understand.